and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have another monthly update for you for the month of June 2024. Coming to the halfway point of the year now, which is very exciting. Talk a bit about the books that I read this month, one book that I got this month, and then talking a little bit about the channel, how things are going, and all that kind of thing. So we'll get right into it. So as far as my reading this month, I did have to start the month getting to a couple of books that I did not finish in May. May was my first month this year where I have gotten to everything on my TBR. Even though I didn't finish everything, I was able to start everything in May and only spent a few days in the beginning of June finishing a couple books. Those books being Black Spire, Star Wars Black Spire, and Star Wars Cataclysm, which I finished both of those early in the month. Really enjoyed both of them, and my reviews for those I think are out already, so you can go check those out if you would like. And so this month I read 4 books. There was one book, unfortunately, that I did not get to, which was unfortunate, that being Force Heretic 3 from the New Jedi Order. I will be reading that first thing in July. So that will be the first book up once I finish up the stuff that I'm doing right now, which the stuff I'm doing right now, I am in the middle currently of 2 books and will probably still be the case when you see this. Of course, this is coming out a couple days before the end of the month, so I'll have a couple more days after this comes out. But I'm planning to finish one of them by the end of the weekend, and then the other one will probably be sometime maybe in the middle of next week or before. So, to talk about the stuff that I read or am in the process of reading this month, other than those 2 holdovers from May. As far as my reread, that is what I'm currently doing, which is Missor: The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Right at this moment, I'm about a third of the way through the book, and so I'm planning to get at least probably 2/3 of the way through it by the end of this week, which is by the time you'll be seeing this video, and probably will be finishing it up early next week or maybe in the middle of next week. I plan to have it done before the end of next week so that I can get started on my July TBR and things like that. But really enjoying this reread. It's been a lot of fun to revisit the Mistborn, the original Mistborn book. It kind of makes things interesting because I originally had considered this my least favorite in the trilogy, and maybe that'll still be the case once I read the other 2, but I am really, really enjoying myself at this point in the reread. And also I had considered prior to this Shadows of Self to be my favorite Mistborn book. And not only is this now making me question if it's going to be my least favorite of the original trilogy, but it's given Shadows for Self even a run for its money. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's been a great time. You'll be seeing a video on that in July. The other book that I am currently in the middle of and plan to have finished by the end of the month, by the end of this weekend, is The Elder Empire of Dawn and Darkness by Will White. Right now, I think I'm about halfway through, maybe 2/3, something like that. And so I am planning to get that done by the end of the month. Enjoying this one as well. It's so far probably my least favorite of the Elder Empire books that I have read, but I'm enjoying it still a decent amount. I seem to really enjoy this series regardless, even if I don't absolutely love every book, I still enjoy every book. So having a good time with that as well. As far as the 2 books that I was able to finish this month from my TBR, the first is Percy Jackson, the 5th book in that series, which is The Last Olympian, which I really enjoyed. It was my favorite book in the series. I thought it was a lot of fun, really action-packed, very emotionally, had a lot of emotional weight to it in the ending, which I really enjoyed. Brought the series together very nicely, and I really enjoyed that a lot. The final book that I read this month was Force Heretic 2 from the New Jedi Order. Unfortunately, did not get to Force Heretic 3, so that'll be next month, but I did enjoy Force Heretic 2 more than Force Heretic 1. Force Heretic 1 was one of my least favorite books in New Jedi Order, but Force Heretic 2 I would still say is among my least favorite. It was better than the first one, but not by a huge amount. It was okay, but did not absolutely love it, unfortunately. But I've heard from several people that I trust that the 3rd book is the best in the trilogy by a pretty good amount. So hopefully I enjoyed that one quite a bit more. That's what I'm hoping. And I've heard that the last few books in New Jedi Order are all really great. So I'm very very hopeful for the end of the series, and I'm glad that I'm finally so close to the end. I've only got 3 books left to go, which is very exciting. As far as my 1 book pickup that I got this month, of course not doing a big book haul video because I only got 1 book, but the 1 book that I got is very exciting, which is The High Republic, Star Wars The High Republic Path of Vengeance by Cavan Scott. Been wanting to get caught up on the High Republic for a long time now. I just recently, in May, read Cataclysm, which is the 2nd adult novel of the High Republic Phase 2. This is the 2nd young adult novel of the High Republic Phase 2. And once I've read this, I will be done with Phase 2. Of course, I'm not like reading the middle grade or anything like that. I'm just sticking to adult and YA. So this will be the end of Phase 2 for me, so I can finally get started on Phase 3. Which is very exciting, and I've heard good things about this book, so I'm looking forward to it. And it's written by Cavan Scott, who wrote The Rising Storm from Phase 1, which is one of my favorite Star Wars books. So I'm very hopeful that I will enjoy this one. Was very happy to be able to pick it up. I've been wanting to get caught up on this series, so I said, okay, next time I'm able to get books, Path of Vengeance is going to be a priority. And so actually for Father's Day, my wife took me out to dinner, and while we were waiting on our table to open up, there's a small bookstore next to the restaurant, so we went in there. They happened to have this book, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. So was able to get this book this month, which is very nice. So as far as channel stuff is concerned, not a whole lot to talk about really for this month. As far as the growth of the channel, we did actually hit a milestone this month. That's the one really awesome thing to talk about, because otherwise this month didn't really have anything crazy going on. But we surpassed 500 subscribers this month, which is very exciting. Aside from 100 subscribers, I would say 500 is the next big milestone. So thank you to all of you for continuing to subscribe and support the channel. This month, I think we gained somewhere around 30 or 40 subscribers total, which is probably about my usual, which is nice to see. As I mentioned last month, where we were kind of in the lead up to 500, 500 subscribers was what I was hoping to be at by the end of this year. So to be past that point halfway through the year is very exciting. So thank you to all of you for supporting the channel, and I'm very grateful that you are into the stuff I do here. So that's pretty much the only channel related stuff I had to talk about in this video, so that pretty much means I'm all done here. So let me know in the comments how your reading month has gone, if you've read any cool stuff in June. Got some really, really exciting stuff in the plan for July, which you'll be seeing in my next video in my TBR. Very excited about July. There's a couple books in there that I've been really looking forward to. So that's pretty much it for this video, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.